things for his team as well. So keep your eyes on Sheo in this game. He's going to be very important to the success of the team, but there's a decent amount of scaling on both sides. I'm expecting the faces to the players. Yeah. Of course, we've casted for quite a while now. A couple of new faces to the roster that joined in this year as Carlson in quite a lot of danger.
Yeah, Scumon's on the chaser. Carlson trying to get away, but Hans Summer with the ghost. That's first blood!
Which allowed him to freely trade back onto Flackhead. You can see they're about to hit that level 2 mark. They're going to threaten an all-in.
Oh, LeBron goes in immediately as they look for the engage on Flackhead. No real escape here for the Yanava. He'll flash, but Hans Summer still has his. Sten flashes and force Sheo and Camilo away. Sorry.
Hex Flash
Camilo away. Hex Flash going in. Flame Chomper's down as well as Broken Blade's down to 300 HP. Knocked into the wall. It's a solo bolo! It's Carl!
Deal with as we transition later on into this game, but Hans Summer being accelerated likely will be able to work towards that itemization that has a way of dealing with Carlson. Into the mid lane is it is harder for you to get priority on that lane.
I mean, this is the problem. Carlson's just going to go in. There's the all-out follow-up. Hans Summer's already burnt the flash, doesn't have the ghost. The TP coming in to try and help him out, but he might be dead before his help arrives. LeBron now. No way for him to deal with the Kazante. Carlson. Sky Sunfire Cape. That is a dearth of completions for Heretics, and I wouldn't be surprised if they just give this one up. It will only be the first break of the game for G2. Heretics getting that earlier one when G2 swapped to top means they don't have to be too worried about too many dragons. Sten there, knocked back with a flash forward out of the prop. He's going to try and flash away, but he's slammed into the wall and he's just dead. And Over is going to be so dramatically accelerated. And you look for Heretics, like, where is our key point that can deal with this Jinx? It's only Carlson, really, at the moment who can do it. And there's enough protection for G2 to keep that Jinx alive.
Caps, gonna get a bit of damage down onto Sheo.
Decimating Smash coming out across the wall from Broken Blade's not gonna connect. Cyclone out of Sheo, and again, a Heretics player just overstepping. Tibbers brought to the party just to make sure the Caps doesn't die. He does not, and he picks up his first of summer.
I think it's also just worth reminding some of the individual mistakes that we have still seen from them this game, right? And the fact that Broken Blade die in the 1v1, Hans gets caught out in the top lane as well. And these are the things that we're still keeping our eyes on. Sten finds himself caught once more.
Yep, once again, just overstepping. Flame Chompers behind him, stunned up with a trample slammed into the wall, and Sten dies again.
Continue to move to their side of the jungle.
He can't dash away because of the steadfast presence. He puts the Emperor's Divide down, but Caps is running past the tower, decides against it with the TP coming in. The trample being used as well by LeBron. Doesn't get the stun. Stend misses the Glacial Fissure, but Sheo uses the Hex Gates to slide his way in, and Camilo, in the end, is getting paid.
At the very pretty much everything on the map. They need to find these cross maps where they can.
They're about to be in a 2v5 in this top side. Scumon looking for the damage onto Sheo. LeBron coming in as well. Pops the trample early, trying to get that stun. Cyclone out from Sheo will keep him alive for now, but the chase continues. LeBron lands the knocker, and Broken Blade brings down the axe. Carlson under his tier 2 has Sten to defend, and he will manage to escape.
Another tower gonna go in favor of G2. This time they brought cavalry while making this play happen on the top side of the map. And Heretics, they're doing the right thing. They're trying to cross map on the bot side, but with the Herald, they're just not going to be able to contest fast enough. G2 looking to knock down their second tower in the top lane.
Later on in the game.
Sheo doesn't have ulti, making this fight much harder to pull off. Camilo is in the area. G2
Hexgate behind from LeBron, has the blast cone too. Could Hex flash across this wall, looks for the chase. The Tipper's down onto Stend. Flashes away from the headbutt pulverized combination. Drake goes.
The question is that they spread themselves too thin. Heretics trying to find a way into the objective.
Broken Blade doesn't have ultimate. Keeper's Verdict coming out, hits onto the Wukong, and now Stend is in for a world of hurt once again. Locked up in the jungle, tries to escape. Another order will be enough. Scumon flashes forward, and the zap doesn't even need to connect. Scumon now slid back into the face of Sheo. Carlson looking for the flank as well. There's the shutdown for Sheo. Carlson going in. Hans Summer flashing out. Heretics will take their kill, but they lost a man and the Atakan alongside it.
I think the zone control that G2 had, with all the pressure they were exerting on the map, made it very difficult for Heretics to enter. But then it was G2 that initiated the fight. And now Broken Blade might be in a bit of danger.
Blackhead has one item, I think. Yeah, I can see how aggressively, how far up Carlson's pushing in that wave to make sure that the mid lane minions die first. G2 will start up the Drake. They're not really forcing to defend around their mid lane tier 1. Heretics now stepping forward. Glacial Fissure, Caps gets the stun before the Cyclone comes out. Drake over to G2. The engage continues and Hunsummer's untouched. Unbreakable stand is no longer. Hunsummer left to deal with Carlson, but Caps flashes in and Tibbers finds his man. Carlson knocked back. G2 defend their AD carry. It's a double for the Jinx, and BB and Caps are not done yet. Super Mega Death Rocket connects onto the Azir. Sheo should get out with the blast cone, but Caps might cut him off. Tibbers there to try and give vision. Caps no flash, but does have the stun. Flash forward, Cyclone. Caps will die to the tower, but Sheo will follow suit to the axe of Broken Blade.
A nice counterplay from Sheo, but it was a last-ditch effort as the rest of Heretics fall. G2 make the front-to-back happen. They win the team fight. They're looking to secure another tower. They get themselves the Drake. And this game is all but said and done, as G2 just seem to be in full control 25 minutes in.
Yeah, it's almost a 6 dashes. If your Wukong's going to get in, it's a dash Cyclone. If the Kasante's going to get in, it's a dash Pathmaker. If Camilu's going to get in, he has to dash too. Broken Blade just tanking up Heretics. At 3 items, LeBrob going in for the engage. There's a knockup onto Carlson. Flame Chomper's not quite perfectly placed. Stend has to flash the wall on Summer. Also will get the knockup onto him. Super Mega Death Rocket follows up, and Hunsummer with a zap threads the Needle. Blackhead putting out some DPS himself as Carlson's forced back towards the Razor Beak camp. G2 will settle for that, playing a 4v5, getting a kill, and getting a tier 2 on bot side.
Now the classic split push Annie coming through from Caps on the other side of the rift as the Baron is going to be started off. G2 is looking to put pressure across all sides of the map on the Heretics. Skewmon is getting a little bit low.
You've got the Buckler on the Poppy, so he should be able to just shield himself up. TP in from Caps. He wants to join the fight around the big purple worm.
Okay,
Sheo can still look for the steal here.
But the Poppy ult, remember the Poppy ult.
Look at where LeBrob is trying to be a nuisance. Gets the knockback, but it's only onto the decoy and onto Camilu. Still, because LeBrob is there, Sheo can't get into the pit before it's secured. Skewmon dashing in, flashing in, looking for the kill, and Sheo will fall. The Cyclone, a breath of air at most, not tempestuous at all, as G2 find 2 Blackheads down. Stend and Camilu forced away. Carlson retreating to his base, now stops his recall to join up with the fight, but it's too little, it's too late. Camilu and Carlson full HP, and immediately G2 turn their attentions across towards the Kasante. Decimating Smash will be blocked, but the Steadfast Presence blocks the dash again. G2 16-5 up, 10k ahead, and we wondered whether the G2 vacation memes would continue. It seems the dreams of Heretics have been turned into nightmares. G2, in dominant fashion, will take the win.
An impressive performance, specifically from Skewmon on LeBrob in the early game. The way that they put Sheo behind and they built up and executed in the mid-game was fantastic to see. G2 with a strong showing overall here in Game 1 of this series.
Not much Heretics can do to defend G2. Not yet focusing the Nexus, but as soon as they do, they will wrap it up. Tibbers comes to make it 6v3. As even on the fountain, you are not safe. G2 1-0 up, a 14,000 gold lead at 28.5 minutes.